Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to our podcast. My name is James. Today we have a very interesting topic. It's called buried facts. What does that mean? Well, sometimes we don't see the whole truth. Some things are hidden or forgotten. These are facts that are buried deep. They're still real, but not always easy to find or talk about.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophia. I'm so happy to be here with you. Yes, buried facts are like small secrets from the past or things that people try not to talk about. They can be part of history or even part of our daily life. Sometimes people bury facts because they are afraid or feel guilty. But finding these facts can help us understand better.
That's right, Sophia. Think about history books. We read stories about famous people or big events. But many times we don't learn the full story. Some facts are missing on purpose. Maybe someone didn't want them to be known, or maybe people forgot. These hidden parts can change the way we see the past.
Yes, and this happens in many places, not only in books, but also in families, in schools, or even at work. Have you ever heard a story and then later found out something very different? That's because some facts were left out. When facts are buried, the story is not complete. And when we don't know the full story, we may not understand what really happened.
Exactly. Let's take a simple example. Imagine someone says he was a great leader, but maybe they don't tell you that he made some big mistakes too. That doesn't mean he was bad, but the full truth is more than just the good part. When we dig up buried facts, we get a more honest picture. It helps us grow and learn.
And learning is the key. When we find buried facts, we open our minds. We begin to see things in a new way. It can feel surprising, or even a little sad sometimes, but it also makes us stronger. It teaches us to ask good questions and not just accept what we are told. This is very important for learning and for life.
Sometimes buried facts are hidden for many years. People may not talk about them, or they are not written down. But they still matter. They still have power. When we find them, we can understand stories better. We can see why people acted a certain way. Even small facts can change the meaning of big events in the past.
Yes, James, buried facts help us see the full picture. It's like a puzzle. If one piece is missing, the picture is not complete. When we find that missing piece, the whole thing makes more sense. Maybe someone was hurt, or something was unfair. Finding the truth gives a voice to people who were forgotten.
That's a good point, Sophia. Some facts are buried because people were too afraid to speak. Maybe they were told to stay quiet. Maybe they thought no one would listen. But when someone finally speaks out, it can bring light to a dark place. It can help others feel strong and brave, too.
And when we listen to these facts, we learn to be kinder. We understand people better. It helps us know what is right and what is wrong. Even if a fact is old, it still teaches us something new. That's why we should always keep our eyes open and not be afraid to learn what was hidden.
Sometimes buried facts are not hidden by accident. They are buried on purpose. Someone may not want others to know the full truth. They may feel ashamed or worried, so they leave some parts out. This can happen in newspapers, in stories, or even in school. When facts are missing, the story can sound very different.
That's true. For example, we may learn about a war, and we hear only one side. But the other side may also have a story. If we hear both sides, we understand more. When we only hear part of the truth, it can cause hate or fear. But when buried facts come out, we can feel more fair and open.
And sometimes people are proud of a story, so they don't want to change it. Even if there is a buried fact that shows a mistake, they might ignore it. But hiding the truth does not make the mistake go away. It just stays buried. If we face it, we can learn and try not to do the same thing again.
Yes, and that's how we grow. Facing the truth helps people, families, and even whole countries become better. It's not always easy. Buried facts can be painful, but they are also powerful. They can help us heal, forgive, and move forward. That's why they are so important.
Sometimes the search for buried facts can take a long time. It's like being a detective. We have to ask questions, look for clues, and pay attention to details. It may not be easy, but finding these facts is important. Every new fact helps us learn something we didn't know before. It can even change how we feel about something.
Exactly, James. Think about how people found out about old secrets in history. Some things were hidden for many years, but people worked hard to uncover them. It wasn't easy, but their effort brought the truth into the light. We might not always know how long it will take, but searching for the truth is worth it in the end.
And when we find these buried facts, we can make better choices. For example, in our daily life, if we understand the full truth about something, we can make decisions that are fairer and kinder. It helps us build trust and respect. People feel that we care about what really happened and not just what others want us to believe.
That's why we should never stop asking questions. If something doesn't seem right, we should look deeper. Buried facts don't just help us understand the past, they can teach us lessons for the future. The truth is always worth finding, even if it takes time or effort.
As we talk about buried facts, it's important to remember that finding them doesn't always mean making people feel bad. It's about learning and growing. When we uncover hidden truths, we are not judging people. We're just learning what really happened. This helps us move forward in a better way, not repeat mistakes, and treat others with more understanding.
That's a very good point, James. It's not about pointing fingers or blaming anyone. It's about being honest and opening our hearts to learn. Sometimes people try to hide things because they are afraid of the consequences. But when we know the truth, we can forgive and heal. We don't have to stay stuck in the past.
Exactly, Sophia. Understanding buried facts also helps us build stronger relationships. For example, if you know the full story about something that happened in your family, you will understand people better. You'll know why they acted in a certain way, and that can bring you closer to them.
Yes, James, and it's the same for the world, too. When we learn the full story of our history, we see the bigger picture. We understand why some events happened the way they did. This helps us make smarter choices in life and build a better future together. Everyone can be a part of this change.
As we reach the end of our podcast, we hope you understand just how important buried facts are. They're not just forgotten details, they are pieces of the puzzle that help us see the full truth. When we find these facts, we learn to see things more clearly and with more kindness. The truth may be hard sometimes, but it always helps us grow.
That's right, James. And remember, the search for truth is not something that ends. It's something we can always do in our lives. Whether it's in history, in our families, or even in ourselves, there's always more to learn. Keep asking questions and stay curious. The more we learn, the better we become at understanding each other.
We can't change the past, but by learning about buried facts, we can make a better future. These facts teach us lessons that help us be kinder, wiser, and stronger. So, let's keep searching for the truth, no matter how hidden it may seem. Every step forward is a step toward a better world.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this podcast has helped you understand why buried facts are important and how they can change the way we see the world. Keep learning and keep growing. Goodbye for now, and we hope you join us again soon. Take care.